Welcome to the launch of the Croatian Leadership Series.
Here in Croatia, we focus a lot on politics. We want to shift that conversation to focus on up-and-coming entrepreneurs and leaders in the business world. These are ultimately the people who are going to create jobs, build the products that people need, develop a stronger economy, and create the future towards a Croatia with amongst the best living standards in Europe.
There are so many Croatians that are movers and shakers around the world, and we would like to showcase these leaders and their achievements in hopes that you will get inspired as we have been making them.
With that, please like and follow and subscribe to our channels. Send us an email if you have any questions or maybe leads for future leaders that we should interview. We hope that you enjoy the video and stay tuned. Hi everyone, I am Andrea Kunza, the Vice President of the Seattle Chapter of Croatian American Professional Network, otherwise known as CROAMPRO. We are here in Solin, the ancient capital of Dalmatia, right outside of Split. I'm here talking today with Jan de Jong, a local entrepreneur, to learn a little bit about what the future of Croatia is. A little bit about Jan. Jan is a Dutch citizen who came to Croatia at 22 to co-found the region's first contact center, M+ Group. Today, M+ Group employs over 6,000 people throughout the region and is listed on the Zagreb Stock Exchange. Back in 2016, Jan sold his shares in M+ Group that employed over 400 people at the time, after which he continued with his digital marketing agency. A month after selling his shares in M+ Group, Jan founded Webpower Adria, the region's first specialized email marketing tool, now supporting companies like Croatia Airlines, Croatian Telecom, and Air Serbia. Jan is now a leading voice calling for entrepreneurs in Croatia. He has been featured on Slobodna Dalmacija, Večernji List, and was recently interviewed on Dobro jutro Hrvatska. We're here to talk to Jan today about entrepreneurship, starting a business in Croatia, and what his vision is for what he calls Croatia 2.0. Thanks for having us, Jan.
Thank you.
So Jan, you have become a rising voice locally, not only because of the fact that you're a foreigner that has come to Croatia and successfully started two businesses and launched them from here, but also that you're working towards a future in Croatia. You often mention a positive change in Croatia is not going to come from politics, but from entrepreneurs. And so I guess we can kind of start off a little bit asking you what your vision is for Croatia.
I mean, a lot of the things that I'm doing are inspired actually by events that are happening in Croatia. To me, it's very sad to see that over the past decade, more than 500,000 people have left Croatia looking for opportunities abroad in countries like Germany, Ireland. Very often, because, I mean, obviously I'm from the Netherlands, I came to Croatia almost 14 years ago. I very often get the question like, why did you come to Croatia? And I mean, my true answer on that is there's a lot of opportunities in Croatia. Just a lot of people don't see it. But if you look outside of what is happening, if you look at what is happening outside of Croatia, and if you look at what is happening in Croatia, you actually see that there's a lot of things either missing or people are complaining about certain things. And for me as an entrepreneur, I look at these kind of things as opportunities. So yeah, the entrepreneurs in every economy, I would say, are always the driving force of a country. And in Croatia, it's no different. We as entrepreneurs in Croatia, we need to be the one driving this country forward.
Right. I completely agree. I think one thing for our viewers, we have a lot of, I myself am Croatian American. Many of us are familiar with what we call the American dream. You often talk about the Croatian dream. Could you tell us a little bit about what is the Croatian dream? And
I mean, this is really a personal thing. I'm using it in my communication, mostly on LinkedIn. I used it as my hashtag,
right.
Living the Croatian dream. For me, living the Croatian dream, it's like having the freedom to really decide for yourself how you're going to spend your time on moving this country forward through entrepreneurial efforts. So nowadays I'm really very active in starting businesses and making efforts in Croatia to that can help move this country forward by having a social impact. And for me, that's living the Croatian dream, having that kind of freedom and possibility to do that here.
Kind of going into something else that a lot of people might be concerned about and talk a lot about. They cite bureaucracy as a main challenge in Croatia. And so kind of to address that, could you elaborate on how you believe the Croatian government could help provide a better business environment in Croatia?
Yeah, it's really not easy to answer that. I mean, I can first of all also say that in my businesses, I didn't have a lot of political obstacles. I think that there is definitely a great opportunity in simplifying processes, so that to make the bureaucracy less. The way I also look at these kind of things is that, we as taxpayers in Croatia, we are paying taxes to Croatian government for which they need to provide public services. And I think that the Croatian government as a whole has a lot to learn from entrepreneurs, because we as entrepreneurs, we know that we need to provide a good service for the right amount of money. And I have personally no problem with paying a lot of tax if the service that I'm getting for it are good. I mean, in the Netherlands, we pay a lot of tax too. But if you end up in a hospital in the Netherlands, not nice, but much better than in Croatia. And I think that if you look at Croatia as a country, but as a country that provides a public service to its citizens, then Croatia is losing against competitors such as Germany, Ireland, the Netherlands. And that's why a lot of taxpayers in Croatia decided that they probably rather want to pay taxes in Ireland and enjoy the public services over there. And that's where I think that Croatia needs to become, again, more competitive compared to other European countries, where we as Croatian taxpayers like to pay taxes here in Croatia because of everything that we can enjoy here in Croatia as a country, but also the public services that are being provided by the government.
Switching over to talking to the Croatian diaspora. Many of the diaspora want to come here and build their businesses. Some have tried and seen great difficulty, one reason or another, and some have successfully done so as well. What advice would you give to an American Croatian who wants to move to Croatia and start a new business?
My first advice would be just do it. I mean, come here and start your business. A lot of people, a lot of members of the diaspora, they had, let's say, the good fortune that they grew up in countries with a much more positive mindset. They have been able to acquire skills that you maybe would not have been able to acquire here in Croatia. But that has it's all mostly connected to mindset and attitude. And I think that if with the right attitude and with the right mindset, just like I had when I was a 22-year-old boy coming to Croatia, perhaps being a little bit naive, but being full positive and having the right mindset, I literally from the ground built a company up to 400 people that I was able to sell after that. I think it's possible for many other people to do the same if you come here with the right mindset. And again, if you are able to, as a member of the diaspora, if you're able to see what's happening out there, for example, in the United States, and if you can take some of those products or services and introduce them to Croatia, I think you have a great chance to succeed.
Yeah, there's definitely an advantage there. It's kind of what you were talking about earlier. There's a lot of services that have yet to be built in Croatia, and you could become a regional leader or to be improved. Kind of going into our last topic here, you're becoming a primary advocate for something we call the digital nomad visa.
Yes.
If you could please tell us a little bit about what that is and why we think that's good for Croatia.
Yes. It started around April this year when we all had to be in lockdown. Many people that thought, including myself, that we were not able to work from home. All of a sudden we were all working from home because of COVID-19. And I think that because of all that, many more companies have now opened up themselves to the idea that it's possible to have people work remote. If you're able to work from home, then why would you not be able to work from anywhere you want, basically? It doesn't have to be even in the same country anymore. Then in June, Estonia, they introduced the digital nomad visa. And actually prior to that, I was asked to be a member of a panel for one virtual conference on the topic of tourism and what we can do in Croatia to turn Croatia into a year-round destination. Prior to that, because I'm not into tourism, I started reading up on some documents, and then my eye fell on the term digital nomad tourism. And that was just such a huge eye-opener for me that I thought by myself, yes, if they estimate that by the year 2035, there's going to be about 1 billion digital nomads in the world, if we could get a portion of those people to come here to Croatia, so they make their money while living in Croatia, but working for foreign companies or foreign clients, and at the same time their income that they're having, which is very often high, especially for Croatian standards, they would spend that money here in the local economy. So I saw a huge opportunity to get people, smart people with a very often great positive mindset, to come to Croatia, blend in with the society over here, and to spend their dollars or Canadian dollars or Australian dollars, to spend that here in Croatia, boosting the Croatian economy. I was such a huge fan of that idea, that entire concept, that I started promoting that on my LinkedIn. And I got such a huge positive response, and it was really overwhelming. The reactions that I got on those kind of posts, literally people from all around the world, they wanted to inquire, how can I get to Croatia? What does it take? Is there already something that any legal framework that I could use? What about taxes? And I kept promoting it on my LinkedIn. It got picked up by literally every single newspaper, every single big web portal in Croatia picked up on this story. And actually, this week I had a meeting with the Minister of Interior because I wrote an open letter to the Prime Minister on LinkedIn. After I wrote that open letter on LinkedIn to the Prime Minister, I was asked by the Prime Minister's office to write him an email with a request to meet with him. And the meeting was phenomenal. First of all, we received a very warm welcome from that team. They fully understood what is the opportunity for Croatia. And after my pitch, let's say, of all the reasons why I think this would be good for Croatia, they proactively said, okay, this is something that we see is possible to do. Let's form a task force. Let's also include other ministries like the Ministry of Labor, Ministry of Finance. Let's all get together and let's start working on getting this digital nomad visa for Croatia.
Oh, that's amazing. And with all of the topics we just covered, kind of circling back to the heart of why we're here to talk about, which is inspiring people to be Croatian entrepreneurs, either people who are Croatian who live here to become entrepreneurs, or those who live abroad to form their companies here. Are there any closing thoughts or topics that you might have on this as we're ending today?
I mean, as somebody that was not born in Croatia, as somebody that didn't have any high school friends or kumovi, if you want to say so. If I, as a 22-year-old guy from the Netherlands, can come to Croatia and actually start living the Croatian dream and start businesses that are growing year over year, if I'm able to do that, I think that many other people are able to do something like this. Never have I regretted coming to Croatia. For me, the lifestyle of living in this country with the climate, the surrounding areas that you have, possibility to go to beautiful islands, but also go ski, go to the mountains. You have beautiful areas in northern part of Croatia, Slavonia, which remind me very often also a little bit of the Netherlands because it's very flat over there. The whole combination of everything that Croatia offers is truly unique in Europe. And at the same time, I feel that there's so much opportunity still in Croatia, where you have a chance to be a first mover with many businesses that you would want to start here. And I think that Croatia at the end also offers all the ingredients that would allow it to offer its citizens among the highest standards of living within Europe. It's not going to be done by the government. It never will, because it also never happens in other countries that it's being done by the government. It's going to have to come from entrepreneurs, and I'm very happy and proud that I'm a member of that group of people that can help Croatia move forward in that way.
Well, and I can say from personal experience, it definitely is hopeful to see you and the success you've had. And it's certainly great to continue to see success others will have. Thank you so much, Jan, for your time today. And thank you everyone for joining us. And we hope you enjoyed our conversation.